What's good, baby?
It's good.
Chilling.
Yes, chilling.
It's finally the end of the week.
Our Friday.
Our Friday. Been a long week. For those who are listening, you're listening to
The Moragnes.
And I am Diami, and who you be?
Mimi. Don't make me spray you. Don't make me spray you like the perro.
Yeah, this is another al fresco edition, so you'll be hearing helicopters, ambulances, dogs, and my wife cussing about different things that have nothing to do with the show. Whatever. So thank you for listening and hanging out. You're listening
But you're listening.
You're listening either on Spotify, Lisbon, Facebook.
And you talking and recording.
Of course, yeah. Because I like what we do. Okay. As hopefully you do as well.
As do I, but yes. Sometimes, like, I do this shit, like, naturally not holding a mic. So it's hard for me. Sometimes I get distracted and I move away because I'm comfortable.
So you're learning to speak into the mic.
So I pretend, happens, yeah. I forget that the mic is there.
Yeah.
Because I'm just...
You're being you, yeah. You're No, it's just something you gotta learn. That's why I sometimes
catch myself, but then I'm like, fuck that shit.
I think we're like 21, 22 episodes in, so this is, you've done this 22 times, literally. So you're doing well. Okay. And people are hitting me and telling me it's great. Shout out to Michael Concha, you know what I mean? Told me how funny he is, Wendy loves us. Beto and Ash love us. Happy birthday to our moms that just passed. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday to Nyla.
Whose mom just passed?
Ash's mom's birthday just passed.
Oh, I thought you said...
bad? I know it's 2020,
I thought you said her mama passed. I was like,
you think I would
what
just
the fuck?
Say somebody mama died just casually? Yo, shout out to, Dope House Records. And, shout out to Ashley, whose mama just passed. Like, who
No,
does
it's because I was so focused and... Like, not putting down the mic.
Oh, shit.
that I kind of just, didn't,
Lord have mercy.
What? Fuck.
Yeah. Let's go. But, no, definitely. So, shout out to everybody who listens and rocks with us. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. So, my love... Speaking of shout-outs, you love them so much. You love it when I do them.
You don't, you get me on the spot, and I be forgetting.
You do be forgetting a whole lot. Yeah, but Benji Banks, onehopewine.com. Go there and check out their wine selections. We're about to taste the Sparkling Rose. Check out the website again, onehopewine.com. And if you need a salesperson, holler at Benji Banks. That's BenjiBanks. So, my wife is a big fan of everything with the rose in it. The
darker the better.
That's why you got me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm in the middle. I'm not too dark. And I'm not too light. Is that what it was?
Yes, babe.
I'm the color of pan dulce.
No quiero.
No quiero. If you've never seen the pan dulce no quiero video, these ladies working out with their trainer. He's having doing like stomach crunches. Speaking of trainer, shout out to Hector. He says he has them doing crunches, and he's screaming pan dulce, and then they are screaming back as they're doing the crunches, no quiero. So hilarious.
No quiero means I don't want any.
I was gonna let you do that since you're the 100%.
No, you could have said it if you're gonna tell the story.
Well, this is a team. All right, I'm Michael Jordan. You're Scottie Pippen.
But it's good. The wine, we're enjoying it. Which one is this one?
You
have the bottle.
Sparkling Rose.
Damn,
Yeah.
why are you drinking more than me?
What do you mean? Why I'm drinking more than you?
You need to enjoy it.
I am enjoying it. So.
Besides
what? What's dope about this is this bottle comes, beautiful bottle, and on the bottle it tells you what charitable organization it's benefiting, which is
it says
dope.
This bottle funds healthy meals to help end hunger, and 1 in 5 children in the U.S. are unsure where their next meal is coming from.
That's crazy. And shout out
1 in 5.
1 in 5. Shout out to all the schools right now who are still out there giving kids meals. I talk a lot of shit about, and especially since I'm a fat dude, which is hilarious. For a fat dude, I talk a lot of shit about just nutrition and shit. And I'm not your regular fat dude. I don't need fucking the bullshit. You know what I mean? And so it was hard for me and kind of sad for me because we went to school to pick something up, and they were giving away some food, and we brought it home. And I was just looking in the bag. I didn't eat any of it. And no disrespect, it was some bullshit. Like bullshit. And I just felt bad. But then I thought, this is the only nourishment that these children will get. And so we got to do better.
And that's that. This school, it has special funding to make it a healthy school, and they don't sell chips. They don't allow any of that.
Shout out to their normal lunch program, which provided healthy options. I'm just only talking about
and Thursdays in school, when the school's open, they bring fresh fruit for kids,
right?
Or a special, like it'll be a fruit, a vegetable, something,
right.
And the kids get to come and try it. And
right. All I'm saying is right now in the pandemic and what the school is being forced to do, I'm glad that the kids are getting food, but I was very shocked to see what it was. But, I mean, it's better than nothing, but we got to find a way to do better. There's got to be food banks out there. There's got to be black and brown farmers who are growing. If you listen to this show and you are someone who has additional crops or whatnot, on some real shit, hit me up, because I would love to be able to do something like that, and be able to give fresh vegetables to the community.
In exchange for what? Like,
what do you mean in exchange for what? Just to do it.
Or just so it won't be going bad, and you can actually, not if you're not selling it.
No, this is donation only.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? I'm gonna turn around. I got zucchini on the low. Who need lima beans? Come see me with the lima beans. No. I'm talking about, look, honestly, I'm gonna pitch this to you right now, real shit. I want you to think about this. You know how we were talking about buying veggies in bulk and all that. You're like, oh, what am I gonna do with 35 extra cucumbers or whatever? Mm-hmm. What if we bought for what we needed? We know that there's people around us who we are doing better than, by the grace of God, grace of the universe, whatever it is that, you pay homage to. And so we are blessed. What if we were to buy, let's say, that case of zucchini, use what we need, distribute the rest to family and friends, and whatever's left over, bag that up with whatever veggies we buy and make them available to people in the community. Give back. Teach us Tito something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be a mass.
We can do that, but you ain't the motherfucker hauling that shit. You here working?
Man, look, I'll go pick it up, or maybe they can drop it off depending on how much we're buying.
I'll be injured.
You ain't got to pick up nothing. Only thing you got to stop doing is picking up my debit card and
that ain't heavy.
Run it up. No, it ain't heavy on you.
Don't lift weights.
Yeah, well,
okay, so I'm getting the dog food delivered now, so that was the heaviest thing.
Listen, I ain't mad at that at all, but man, we got packages popping over here. Like, I don't.
Whatever. It's some of that shit's yours, and the other shit was your dog food. Not for you, obviously, but for the dog.
Right. What was for me? Run that back. What'd I get?
You got that bad guy, that Star Wars bad guy that arrived, and you can actually do that with him tomorrow.
That's what's up.
You had said that you want to do something with him.
I miss playing
ordered something for me. I would have been a bad girl.
Nah, because you don't. When we play, you don't.
Because I don't know the storyline. If we do the storyline of the Mandalorian,
no, it's not a storyline. We'd be like, all right, this was gonna happen. You'd be like, I'm not doing that. Like, what?
I don't don't be doing that.
You do that all
No,
the time.
I be always coming up with ideas and y'all don't like it. It ain't my problem. Y'all lame.
In the middle of the mission, you'd be like, well, how about we do this? Let's go for brunch. Like, what? What are you talking about? Who goes for brunch?
So y'all motherfuckers kind of have ideas and not me.
They don't fit with the storyline. They just don't. Like, why in the middle?
That's the beauty of it.
The beauty of it? What are you talking about? You writing?
You go from like killing each other and being like, to
having
superheroes to like, let's have a break and go
and go eat brunch, omelets and drink
and then get that energy
and drink One Hope sparkling rose wine. Like, what are you talking about? You wildin'.
Whatever. Y'all motherfucking storylines be boring anyway. Well, that's why I don't want to.
Okay, well, so then we'll do this tomorrow. Bump this. We'll do some Legos tomorrow, and you can create the storyline.
So I just create the storyline,
and we go with you.
Playing.
No, we go with you. We'll lay everything out. We'll give you a little time to look at all the figures and stuff that we got, and then you come up with whatever this.
Ass shit. I'm gonna get Thor. I'm gonna get that new Thor we got.
The new Thor? I haven't seen the new Thor.
Yes, we got him that Thor. Remember I was at Ross? When you went to...
You got him a Thanos.
Oh, yeah, Thanos.
Yeah, there you go.
T.
T?
T.
Oh, T. Thor, Thanos, yeah. Because they're really similar. They look alike. One's Caucasian, the other's purple. And bald.
But, yeah, so...
All right. And you
but anyway,
storylines. Anyway, back to the one rose wine, or One Hope sparkling rose wine. My bad. Mm-hmm. Very good, very crisp,
and it's not sweet. Usually, a lot of it's not. It's not more like on the. It's more like on the wine tasting side. Oh, sorry, master.
You say wine tasting? Yeah, I say it's more champagne.
On the. You think so? No, but it does taste like wine. Is that usually others don't. It's more sweet than anything.
I like
this is not sweet.
I like
super sweet.
I like that the sparkling is not too
this is not dry. I should say it's not dry.
It's right in the middle of it. And they say, what are they saying to pair with this?
I don't know. Some chicharrones.
Hey, chicharrones go with anything. That's like, for you wine aficionados out there, you want to get your wine party cracking, pull out some chicharrones. Speaking of chicharrones, Chino Meat Market. Mm-hmm. The fire menudo, fire chicharrones. When I break down and I'm craving, man, one of those menudos will hold you down, and the chicharrones are fire. But anyway, smoked salmon. Compare with smoked salmon, strawberry salad, ham hocks. Ham hocks. Woo. You got to make me some ham hocks. I want to smoke some ham hocks, babe. I think that would be fire.
For my collard greens?
Yeah, well, for your collard greens this Thanksgiving, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna smoke the ham hocks, and you're gonna put them in your greens. Your greens are so good.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Speaking of greens, shout out to Miss Barbara Ford, aka Moms. We love you, and you are in our thoughts and prayers. And Charlie as well. What's up, Pops? Get well. And of course my boy Pooh. It's Thursday, so he's watching his Niners get their ass whipped right now. So it's all bad for my boy, but y'all be back. Don't worry about that. So
now it's 2.
The wine is fire though.
Yes, it is.
It is definitely fire.
Very. And you
I'm gonna refill my shit in a minute. So onehopewine.com. Shout out to my boy Benji Banks out there. We have a couple other bottles we're going to dive into. Not tonight, at another time. But really good wine. Goes to a good cause. Support him. Holla. You can catch him on Facebook at Benji Banks. And again, if you're at the site, you check it out. You want to order something, just type in Benji Banks as your salesman. And y'all be good to go. So it is Thursday night. We're trying to hold on to see what happened with this election. Last time I checked, word to... rest in peace, actually, Nipsey Hussle. Trump was holding on to Georgia, and holding on to Pennsylvania. It was quite possible he was going to lose both. If Biden won Pennsylvania, he'd be the president. If he won in Atlanta, it'd be virtually impossible for Trump to become the president. He would have to probably run the table, is the last thing I saw. So, election is not over. By the time you're hearing this, hopefully it is. The mail-in ballots took extremely too long to come in. And in some states, there was legislation that stopped them from being able to be counted until the day of the event, of the voting. So, Ms. Moragne, I know that you are an extreme Trump hater. How do you feel about what's going on now? What are your thoughts about the whole entire election process? Tell me how you feel. Say it with your chest.
Can you say me some?
Of course. Say it with your chest.
You fucking Ezel and shit. What's your question? Oh, about
how you feel.
Este viejo. I mean, no. What was your question?
How do you feel about what's going on right now with the election? We still, as of, this is 9:30. I'm not going to look at my phone right now. Maybe I will. But as of 9:33, we don't know who the president of the United States is. This is a Thursday. The election wasn't the election was on Tuesday. So now we're going into Friday morning, and we have no idea who the president of the United States is. Now, it is really close. In Georgia, I think it was like under 1,000 votes. It was about 1,800 votes. And then in Pennsylvania, it's really close as well. At this point, it's like under 20,000, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Biden. What's the percentage in each that they still have left to
They're
count?
about 95% complete. But in these counties, you have 40,000 votes that are waiting, 30,000 votes that are waiting. So definitely enough votes to go either way and influence either Trump holding on or not. So hold on. Never mind. That's some other bullshit. So I thought it was breaking news. Like, oh shit, we about to break something on the Moraines. What? Nah, we ain't breaking shit. So
we gonna be
yeah, right. Because I never know. Maybe I'll post the shit right now. Why are you hating?
Please.
Why are you hating, Trumpita? Anyway, so
yeah, exactly.
It looks the trend is
admit that you're wrong.
I'm wrong. The trend is that possibly Biden will take Atlanta or Georgia, and that he'll also take Pennsylvania, which will lock him as the president of the United States. Keep that same energy. That's all I'm going to tell you. So he is closing in, Trump is, in Arizona, and Nevada looks like it might hold a little firm for him. So Biden has a chance to win. If he wins Nevada and Vegas, or that same shit, Nevada and Arizona, it's a wrap. He is our next president-elect. So how are you just feeling about this whole entire situation? You've been voting for a cool minute now. We'll say 20 years you've been voting.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I have a bad memory too, but I don't remember it usually taking this long. I don't remember ever, like, usually by that same night, or sometimes I'll fall asleep in the morning, I would know. But yeah, I don't remember it ever taking that long.
Well, the difference this year is the mail-in ballots. Because of the pandemic, people were allowed to mail in their ballot, and those ballots were received. And in a lot of states, you were not allowed to open or process those ballots until that Tuesday. So some of these states got over 1 million ballots. I think Pennsylvania got a million mail-in ballots. It takes a long time to go ahead and process these ballots.
So what, this motherfucker didn't want them, he didn't want them to do it that way?
He was against it at some time and point. I think he was against it completely. They even went to court to try to stop it. It didn't get stopped. What ended up happening is, in some states, Republicans, which is political shit, in some states, Republicans were fighting to don't count those votes until the day of the election. And in some states, the Democrats were like, don't fight these votes until the day of the election. So this is all political bullshit. And, you know, for the record,
am I tripping?
I don't rock with either side.
Couldn't you,
really.
before COVID, couldn't you mail them in anyway?
Yes, there's other states that have done this. But I'm saying the need to do this because of the pandemic was something that they agreed to do. Of course, it makes complete sense. So people have been saying for months that most likely what was going to happen is what happened. Trump would jump out to an early lead because he's good at getting his base, his supporters, to come out. You see the videos, you see the virtual moments, or whatever the fuck they're called, the viral moments. You see that his people come out. You see them in the streets. We live in Chino. And in Chino, we see the Trump, the MAGA flags or whatever, you know. So he has supporters here in California, which is a, you know, quote unquote blue state. So imagine how people are riding for him other places. So he gets his people to come out. He gets his people to vote. He, as of a few, maybe like an hour ago, he is now the most highest vote receiving president of all time. You know who number one is? Joe Biden. He surpassed Obama with the amount of votes the American people gave him. When Obama won, Trump has surpassed that. Joe Biden is now
people were really out there voting.
They were. So you can tell that he is a polarizing figure. No, you can't knock him for that. He has something about him that a large amount, I'm not even going to say a certain amount, a large amount of people gravitate to. So that's no hate. He's a horrible president. I feel he's a horrible person. So he had to go. That was it. He'll deal with whatever else happens. He could have been Republican, Democrat, he could have been whoever. I wasn't rocking with him because I thought he was a trash human being. That's just my assessment of him. So he is well liked. He is well liked, and I get it, and I understand why. Now, it appears he's out the door. He's done. So if that's the case, how do you feel about the next 4 years with Biden and Harris running the show?
Sure. I mean, hopefully, you know, it turns. Right now, I just feel a lot of tension. You know, tension, and it's nothing that it's shit he created. Trump. You know, and you got people now being very open about it, and it's just, you know, a lot of the Republicans I know, they are like Trump. You know, meaning they don't give a fuck. They're not kind. They're not, you know, they're not pleasant people. You know, and it's, so, you know, I guess now people feel, I think they feel it's okay for them to be honest, quote unquote honest, when it's all reality. It's you're being very offensive towards people,
right?
You know, take care of, you know, you don't have to you don't have to be okay if you don't like certain people. Okay, that's you,
right?
But just still, you know, don't expect the result of us our you know, after you say what you say, for us to be okay with it. It's, you know, it's just, it's not. And that's where a lot of judgment begins. Towards us. But I got lost what the fuck I was saying. What the fuck you give me?
Well, shout out to my boy Cali Dreams. You can go to CaliDreamzy.com.
You're trying to stay focused and hold the mic like shit. You already got me doing so much and then I'm drinking.
CaliDreamzy.com. Shout out to him. IE Orange County. If you need that fire, we'll holler at my boy.
Yeah, I got some Amnesia Haze from him.
Yeah, you're gonna
about to bake with that motherfucker.
About to bake. But what we were talking about basically was just how you feel. You mentioned a lot of tension.
Zucchini bread.
I agree with
Marianne,
you.
Some zucchini bread.
I agree with you that there is a lot of tension, and it's sad. And I think, you know, the president, by saying that the election was stolen from him, is stoking, you know, that fire of his people to get out there. They're yelling and screaming at these poll workers who happen to be Republican and Democrat and independent. And all they're trying to do is do a job and get paid minimum wage to process these fucking ballots. You think they're there because they're proud to be Americans? Maybe some of them are, but some of them are probably babies got to fucking eat. Mm-hmm. Like, respect that. If you're gonna be there and you be peaceful, do your thing. And night 2, I heard, was a little better. Night 1, they were there with the "don't steal the vote" chants, and then you somewhere else saying "don't stop the count." You doing 2 different things. That's like me as a husband having a side chick and being married. You can't do that.
You should try, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
De mucho el pito.
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't doing nothing to this pito, but taking it.
It's already mine.
Of course it is. That's why you're gonna take it.
I'm gonna keep it in my pocket.
Nah, that'll never be in your pocket.
Well, shit.
It'll be in that pocket. Hey. But like I was saying, it's just ridiculous, the contradiction that it's okay to keep voting here or counting the votes here, but here you can't because I'm losing. And then you just can't even accept defeat graciously. Be proud of the fact that you were able to rally up your people. Be proud of the fact that it really, when you look back at this election, and not that I'm a political cat, but the Republicans won because they didn't lose anything other than the presidency. So what this tells me is the American people and the Republican Party were sick of Donald Trump's antics. Because Lindsey Graham still got a job. Mitch McConnell and his, hopefully he does not have an illness and he just is really bruised, but he looks horrible. His hands and his arms or whatever. Prayers to him. Hopefully he gets well. But he kept his job. A lot of young black Republicans got spots. Latino Republicans got spots. So the Republican Party is starting to change as far as the colors that represent them. Hopefully some of the ideas change as well. But this was a message to Donald Trump. People were tired of how he presidented. He got fired, so to speak, if these things shake out the way they are. He can still win because he still has people out there who are diehard supporters, and you don't know because these are projected ballots. But what I wanted to ask you is, when it came to Harris and Biden, or Biden and Harris, as I should say, are you confident things can change? Do you think people can get united again?
That really has nothing to do with them. It's about us, the people. Because they could influence and so much, but at the end of the day, we need to do it. So to me, anything's better than Trump. Kind of thing. Hey, speaking of which, have they said how many Kanye and the other?
Kanye ended up getting like 150,000 votes or something like that. So he got,
other Rocky, what's his fucking name?
Rocky Padilla, whatever his name was, Delatorre. And no disrespect, I didn't check your name, but Kanye party, because he was a VP, got 50,000 votes. So did I expect for him to be a force in the race? No. When people were like, "Oh, he's just in it to steal it from Biden. He's gonna take all these," like, no, he's nobody. This Negro's crazy.
Like, it makes me happy that people are out there voting.
It's a beautiful thing that
even if it's fucking
even if it's against what I believe in, because that's what this country is about. And shout out to my guy Munoz, man. We were having a conversation earlier today about the need for diversity. That's what we really need. Everybody in government needs to look like the people that are out there in the streets, regardless of your sexual preference, your ideology. We need all of that to work. You see what happens when you have one mindset and one acceptable mindset in one acceptable way, and everything else you can't support and you reject. It's just wrong. And that's when I look at these stories and I see, this Republican lesbian sister got this seat. Cool, I'm glad for you. That's great. Because I'm not worried about she's a Republican here, this and that. I'm going to vote for who I believe is going to go ahead and do the best job for my community, for my people. And when I mean my people, I mean the people that I'm living amongst. Because at the end of the day, that's what it really is about. You got to help your community. And in the community that you're in, there are people who are going to be doing swell and people who ain't. And you got to help bring them up, motivate. You know what I mean? But you need diversity, and I think that is going to be the message that this 2020 election sends, is new representation. Even though there's some people who kept jobs and people who got jobs that are old dudes. Tommy Tuberville in Alabama, former Auburn football coach. I fuck with Auburn, but I don't fuck with Tommy T like that. But, you know, he's going to be a senator. You know, we need younger representation. No more old dudes.
Yeah, but now, once that shit's good.
And no knock on old people. I'm gonna get there. I'm just saying that ideology, some of those views are old. They're out of here. They're no longer relevant. That's no longer
that
relevant.
Shit with the Pope. And
the Catholic Church trying to say, wait, hold up, no, that's not what he meant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up on a later episode, so I want to read a little bit more about it. But they made a statement saying that those comments were taken out of context. So
just when you thought it was hope. When I started feeling a little, even my mom, I think a lot of people, they were like, I agree with that. And it kind of opened up, like my mom, she has said that she's like, that's good. I never thought I would hear that fucking coming out of her mouth. I'm like, what?
Man, you know what? Here's the thing.
Life, like the world, everything's just evolving, and they don't deserve to.
The mind is really evolving, and look, there's a lot I don't like. There's a lot of agendas that I feel to get pushed in certain areas. But at the end of the day, if Bernard and Gerald want to live together and be happy and have a family, that's none of my business. If Anita and Rosita want to live together and have a family, that's none of my business. If they're in my community, I hope they're happy. I hope they're successful. I hope they make my community better. You should want to wish the best for everybody. I tell this to a lot of people. Our son changed my life in a way where I couldn't be angry at a certain segment of people any longer. Because I fell in love with, the thing that I was most angry at. So that changed me. And so I think differently now because of that. So from that perspective, I no longer understand why people are just angry at people that they should want to win and do better. And I can understand if someone does something to you, there's all kinds of scenarios when you might lose your cool. This happens to me and just happened to me recently. But
soup call?
At the end of the day, you have to really want better for the people that are around you. That's the only way your circle is going to improve, is if you try to make it better and support the people that do.
No, I agree. I mean, everybody, like I said, just you mind your business, I'm on mine. Just don't. It will respect you, respect me. That's just an unwritten rule.
That's just the bottom line for you, just respect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, whatever you like doing with your pastime, whatever choices you make, like that has nothing to do with me. I mean, it's totally fine.
Yeah, I got you.
And no judgment. whatsoever.
It's not worth it at the end of the day. Why? People are happy, and it's lawful, and it's legal. It's none of my business. If you ask me, I will tell you how I feel about whatever the situation is, with all due respect. But outside of that, it's none of my business. You might not like the way I'm living. You might not like the way I'm raising my kid. You know, and that's your right to feel that way. Now, if you express it, then I have a right to address you. And that's the same as you have the right to address me. So, where's the judgment? I don't understand it. Yeah. But let me ask you. We're talking about the elections, and in Oregon decided to basically decriminalize all drugs. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be like, you get one warning type of shit, right? It's not like you can have like one strike of it and that's it. It's not okay. I think they cited you. They gave you a citation and you had to go to
let me go ahead and take a look.
Like a NA, like what is it called for narcotics?
Like a narcotics and
yeah, you had to do like a whole, like a AA class. So, I mean, if that's cool, then if that's it, then that's good. But if it's gonna be a constant thing, like every time they stop you, then I'm not good with that.
So basically, the Oregon Drug Initiative will allow people arrested with small amounts of hard drugs to avoid going to trial and possible jail time by paying $100 fine and $100 fine and attending an addiction recovery program. Treatment centers will be funded by revenues from legalized marijuana, good, which was approved in Oregon several years ago. Shout out to them. They have fire herb when we were up there. I want to go back to Oregon. So that is...
Tito.
Yeah, definitely. We got Tito went to Oregon. Shout out to my pops because that's where he's at.
That's where we went.
Yeah, no, when we went to Seattle.
Seattle. That's what I prefer.
You prefer the Seattle herb over the Oregon herb? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay. Seattle herb was fire too. What I loved about Seattle was when we were smoking herb in the rain. That's something I always remember. That was fire. That was super fire.
Gonna be raining soon, baby.
Yeah, this weather is crazy, but I don't want to skip over this. I like this.
What?
I like this law.
Oh, okay.
Now, I need to know how much a small amount is.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I'm not cool with somebody getting stopped with a gang of crack.
Yeah.
And you just letting them go. Nah, you obviously trying to distribute.
I'm saying like how many chances do you get? Like, if they stop you once,
yeah, I mean,
that's
it's very vague.
Or that's another thing. But
it's very vague. What I like about this is the fact that you have to pay this fine, which is whatever. But I like that you have to attend a program. Hopefully, these programs are good programs because maybe in the process, instead of throwing these cats in jail, getting them out, throwing them back in, getting them out, throwing them back in, getting them out, you can put them in some sort of recovery program. And let's be honest, they're addicts. So a lot of them become addicted to something else. And if that is the program, whatever program it might be, then I don't mind trading one addiction for the other. Just to be 100% honest. I'd rather have you be addicted to carpentry or whatever it is, whatever you pick up, if that's your new thing, rather than the drugs. And I know that sounds crazy, but, addictive personalities, we know a lot of people who are positive people who don't do drugs, they have a different addiction. Exercise, whatever it is, it's an addictive personality. If it was introduced to something else, it could be bad, but instead it's within something, it's addicted, they're addicted to something that is good for them, so to speak. It's still an addiction. We all know those people. I gotta do this, I gotta run 7 miles every day, no matter what. I gotta get it in, or I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's a lot of them are exercise, bodybuilding, those type of, situations. A tanning addiction is not as bad as being addicted to some sort of drug. So it goes both ways. So when dealing with people who have those type of behaviors, you're trading one thing for another. What is now the new addiction? You want it to be your sobriety, but sometimes it's something else, and it helps with the sobriety. But that's just me on some other shit. But I like this. How do you feel about them getting rehab and treatment?
Of course, that's...
Instead of jail time.
No, that is required. That's definitely something that, the fine to me, I thought it was could have been a little higher, but...
Well, when we were in Portland, what did we see a lot of? I had a brief conversation with a young lady who was doing beautiful artwork on the grounds. Quickly found out she was homeless and she was drawing so that way she could rent a hostel. They had like a bed in a hostel or something like that. We were outside of that spot. Was it called Voodoo Donuts? We were waiting for the Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, okay. I remember Voodoo Donuts.
You remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of homeless outside.
Right. So this is more of...
And Tito was...
He was young, but he wasn't tripping. Mm-hmm. Tito doesn't trip off that. He's been in situations around, not to equate homelessness with me. He chilling in TJ. With the people. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that he has been exposed to many different types of situations. He sees kids working. Yeah.
And that's why for him, for the most part, he's a very grateful kid.
Yeah.
He doesn't really... If I tell him whatever, I'm like, oh, Christmas is coming. I really, really want this. Or my birthday, I would really like this. But then we get him whatever and he forgets. He's like, man,
yeah.
If we get him something even better, like he doesn't, or not even as... It's the unexpected things that he likes.
Well, I like the fact that we don't let other things, TV, whatever's popular, influence him. You know what I mean? Like when he discovered what he's into now, we didn't know that it had existed for so long. Mm-hmm. It was kind of new to us.
With
new
the
to him.
Roblox shit?
Yeah. We didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck Roblox was. He found it.
That fool's fucking addicted and shit.
He's not addicted. He enjoys playing it. Like I said, we need to give him alternative. He wasn't worried about Roblox when he was learning about the endangered animals or when he was doing his Lego Spanish class.
He's like, Mom, is the class coming already? Is it coming? Like, right. When is it? And I have to show him on the calendar. And he's like, that's a long time.
Exactly. So that shows you he wants to be engaged in something else. So a lot of times when you say, he's been on the tablet all day or whatever, I say, well, what other alternative have we really given him? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, nothing. I'm working, you're busy being super mom and super wife, and it's just him, solo dolo. Now, I'm not saying the tablet it's the new one. It's like when you might have been a kid or I was a kid and your parents were busy, watch TV. Mm-hmm. While they did whatever vacuum like we got in the background going right now, Mm-hmm. So mom's is vacuuming in the next room and you guys are watching TV. That's essentially what it is now, is with the tablet. Mm-hmm. Yo, man, I got to work. So for the next 3 hours, you ain't got nothing to do. Can you jump on this? It's okay to jump on the tablet. Or why don't you go ahead and watch this? But it's through that tablet. So if he's going to be sitting down having to stare at something, I'd rather have him sitting down and learning. I would rather invest that money, okay, here's $11, $12 so you can learn something.
So he really enjoyed that Lego Spanish.
That's dope.
He enjoyed it, but it's just like a lot of these teachers, they're like Argentinian or so their Spanish is Castellano, and he's like, what's voice? He's like, ¿te sabes los consonantes or whatever the fuck that is?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, sí. He's like, oh, los puedes decir? And he's like reading them, and then he's like, huh? He's like,
so
I seen his face all puzzled. I was like, oh, fuck.
So our
and
son
he's
is...
like, Mom, did you message? Because I told him, I'm like, Papi, you know, I explained to him that nosotros, like, they use voice or vosotros, and we use nosotros.
Yes.
And he's like, but why? I'm like, you're learning the Latin Spanish.
Right.
Their Spanish is the Castellano, so it's different.
It's a Euro Spanish.
I'm like, you know, I told her,
I told European,
her,
but
I'll huh?
I said they're both European. One is just a little more fancier than the other, but go ahead.
All right, fucking whatever. Like, if you want to fucking Google it, go ahead. But what I'm saying is, I told him I'll talk to her and I'll let her know that you're not learning that.
Yeah.
So then, you know, I guess they were talking, him and my parents. What?
Go ahead.
Why are you talking?
Go ahead.
Say it.
What? Say what? Go ahead.
What were you saying?
Just kids hit you with your sword.
Nah, you fucking killed the moment here.
What did I kill?
Killed even. That's how your energy is so bad. It turned that shit off.
You were holding that for like 30 seconds.
No,
what I said,
I wasn't, because I was fucking talking. What you want me to do? Hit it? Like stop? Like no.
What I said was, the shit out of you. That's what I said. So go ahead, Castilian
Why you whisper
Spanish.
it though?
So Castilian Spanish. Go ahead, Castellano Spanish. Yeah.
She I heard him talking with my parents, and he's like, oh, estaba con el tutor, and me estaba diciendo que, you know, vosotros, and he's like, oh, no, my mom was saying that. He's like, oh, sí, grandma, eso es lo que estaba diciendo el tutor. And then she's like, oh, yeah, you know, that's not our Spanish. And he's like, yeah, my mommy told me. My mom, you know, she told me that he was going to message the teacher. I hope she messaged her already. So I was like, you know, I had already messaged her and told her.
Right.
But he really enjoyed. She said that next week is going to be more structured.
Okay.
But so, yeah, I go from the Lego and then do this lead here, but yeah, she all of them speak that way, and then the way they say cool is fucking weird. I never heard that word.
What's cool? What do they say?
Like Wyatt or some shit like that. I'm like, the fuck? I'm thinking, is it word the Wyatt on PBS or some shit, or no?
I don't know.
Wyatt?
Yeah, Wyatt.
Some cartoon? I don't know. That's what it sounded like then.
Well, I'm glad. And now you said the class was made up of there was like an Asian kid in there.
Asian? Well, I think there was a mixed one. I don't know. But there was no native.
It was a diverse group of kids speaking Spanish. That is dope, because that's what I want Diami to see. I want Diami to see that, you know, the world that he is going to be entering into again is very diverse. So he's comfortable being who he is in his own skin, comfortable being Diami.
I need to start talking about motherfucking Spanish, because you don't want to talk to me in Spanish. Motherfuckers being lazy.
No, but he talks to your mom perfect in Spanish.
Yeah.
They sit there when they're just there, joking or whatever. So that's why I don't really worry about it.
And like, I be telling my dad, like my dad
talking to you.
He tries to talk to my dad in English, and my dad, I'm like, don't do that. Like, dude, can you at least do that, please? I'll tell my dad, can you please just speak to him in Spanish?
No, he does. Your pop speaks
so
to him a lot in
got
Spanish.
it. I'm like, can you please, like, it's already hard that with us he wants to speak English. Can you? He's like, okay. So now he talks to him only in Spanish.
No, they do a great.
And Tito got it.
Yeah, they do a great job. But it's funny to sit there and just sit back and watch them go back and forth in Spanish, whatever. It's just hilarious.
But he be trying to translate shit, and this motherfucker way off. Like,
he tries to say things in English that don't exist in Spanish.
Like,
that's my problem.
Dude, what happened? No, what was it that like last time him and my dad were in the pool?
I thought you knew or something like that.
Him and my dad were in the pool, and then they were played, and then I guess Tito started like messing with him and started wetting, because my dad started bullying Tito first.
Right.
And Tito's like, all right. So he started like throwing water at him and shit, and like dunking, and then my dad's like, okay, yeah. And Tito's like, eso es lo que estaba pensando. And he tried to translate, that's what I thought. So I had to.
Your pops was probably like, "What are you saying?"
It took me a lot, and then to not fucking crack up. And I'm telling Tito, "Hey, that ain't fucking right. Don't." I told him, "Don't do that shit."
Because
you need to be respectful.
He got
and then my dad's like, "Oh no, we're just playing." It's because look, as soon as my dad sees that I want to scold him,
right,
he gets in the way.
They didn't want to talk to me for like 2 days because I had disciplined D on me. It was crazy. But I'm just like, whatever. You know what I mean? You have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, you guys don't like it. I understand. You know, he's not hurt.
I mean, it's not like
I'm
we're
not putting my
abusing
hands
him
on
and
him.
shit,
No,
you know? Do I yell? Yes.
They don't like when I have stern conversations with him, when I get down to his level and I look him in his eye intensely. They don't like any of that. They'll leave the room, and that's cool. That's on them. I understand that. They're grandparents now, so that's not their role. You know, and that's why I don't ask them to be the enforcers, because that's not their role. They're supposed to sneak the cookie. They're supposed to let him stay up a little bit late. And that's why I don't really stress on
and
that.
This motherfucker don't want any of that shit.
He's
giving all the candy. He has not had one candy.
He doesn't like candy.
From all the treats, like, we had to throw him away because he didn't, you know, he just had probably like a bite from a cookie and that was it.
He's like his pops. He's a meat and cheese guy.
Yeah, that's what he was telling the tutor, that es carnívoro.
Yeah, he's like me. He loves meat. He loves cheese. Like, how many ice creams did we have to throw away from La Michoacana? He had like 4 of the same bubble gums in there. Like, we went 4 different times. He didn't touch any of it. You know what I mean?
And he always asked for it.
He ate it once.
He
ate it once, and that was it. He had 3 more in there that we ended up getting rid of. So he's not really a sweets guy. You know what I mean? He'll eat cake at a party type shit, but he's more of like, yeah, let's eat some steak. Let's eat some, you know, pork belly. You know what I mean? He's trying to grub.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I don't know where we were at with that. We took that somewhere way out. We were talking about drugs in Oregon, and we ended up on my son in pork belly. But that's what happens when you listen to the Moragnes. Brought to you by the Ivy League radio show. Shout out to my boy Reverb, man. So, babe, would you say I'm your soulmate? Would you say that's a long ass pause?
No, what other options do I have?
I gotta cut this shit right now.
Oh, is it like yes or no answer? Is it you're my soulmate? Are you my this? Are you my that? Like,
if I say, "Am I your soulmate?" What am I asking?
I don't know. My life partner.
What?
I don't know. To me, yes.
You get no more of the One Hope sparkling wine. You out of here. The rose wine got you out of here. You over here tripping. So let me ask you this.
Shit ain't
Per the Huffington Post, shout out to them, HuffPost.com. These are the 10 elements of a soulmate. So I'm asking you if you agree. And then I'm also going to ask you if you find these things in me. Why are you doing your mouth like that? I can't focus when you do that. Number 1, it's something inside. Describing how a soulmate makes you feel is difficult. It's a tenacious, profound, and lingering emotion which no words can encompass.
Check.
All right.
Check, because to me, I mean, a soulmate can mean stuff. I mean, that's a list composed by who I don't know.
Huffington Post. I shouted that out.
Oh, no, but
you were right.
I mean, I'm sure they have a writer or some shit. Is that a person?
That's a website.
Okay, then.
All right. Dr. Carmen Hara.
Fuck.
Okay. Dr. Carmen Hara, best-selling author, psychologist, and relationship expert. Check out her new book, The Karma Queen's Guide to Relationships. You know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cop that for you. Off the strength of you wanting to give the sister a shout out. So I respect that.
No, I'm just saying, you got to know, like, I wanted to see who. So there's a list that she's created.
She's saying this is her shit.
All right, because I mean, it could, for everybody, it could be different.
And
but
these are the 10
I'm just
elements.
going based on this.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
so,
that one is check what you feel. It's something you can't describe. It's a feeling. It's just not. It's more than a friendship. It's more than love. It's more than, just.
Speak on it.
That you can't fucking explain.
You can't categorize it. I got you.
Really. It just. So yeah, it's something you just can't really.
Right.
You feel it.
And it's always growing, so you can't really put a label on it because every day it means something more.
Yeah, and it's just like, also you go through stages of, man, I can't stand this motherfucker. Did I really marry him?
Oh, really? You go through those stages? Well, let's hold on. Let's put a pause on Miss Harris shit, and let's talk about that.
No,
as Machine Gun Kelly would say. Let's talk about it.
In the beginning, it took me a long fucking time for me to get used to having to live with somebody else.
Well, because I personally feel because you had lived with your parents for so long now. I always, when I speak with people candidly, I always let them know that the first year and a half was really hard because I had been used to living kind of solo, and I was looking forward to living with you. I felt that you were dreading it. I remember you on our honeymoon being so sad and calling your mom, or not sad, but being so happy to talk to your mother.
I was homesick.
Right, and I was seeing that on our honeymoon. This is what I got ahead of me.
No, this is what I was enjoying the time, but it was fucking hot, and then it's just like, man, I love spending that time with you, but it's the fact that I didn't, it was somewhere new.
Right.
It was another, I was still getting used to.
What was one of your first, I would say, ventures out, right? Solo dolo by yourself like that in another country. Mm-hmm. So it was brand new for you. You were with your brand new husband. Our relationship had now just taken this brand new step. So there was a lot that was in that. I was nervous as well, too, because at that time I didn't know if I was going to be able to navigate the early part of the relationship. You know what I mean? And
I mean, I don't know what to expect. Like, to me, I love you now. Fuck. I wish we had that time back. Sometimes I really do wish we didn't get to, what? Before Tito was born, I actually did enjoy that time being here with you.
Right. I sometimes reminisce on that, and I'm like, damn, I miss that time.
This house was clean, quiet.
But then, this little funky hair Fred runs in the room and asks me to do something, and then I realize how blessed we are to be now. So, but let's get to number 2 real quick. Dr. Harris says, sorry about that.
Is he eating that shit?
His new food? Yeah, he's over there grubbing. So Dr. Harris says that number 2 is flashbacks. So we just talked about that. Sometimes you think about, before Diami or we out. We also talked about earlier today.
No, they mean like flashbacks in your past life.
If your partner is your soulmate, chances are he or she has been present in your past lives. Okay. Soulmates often choose to come back together during the same lifetime and scope each other out in the big world. You might suddenly and briefly experience flashbacks of your soulmate. You might even feel an old sense of deja vu, as if the moment in time has already taken place, perhaps a long time ago, perhaps in a different setting. So do you ever feel any deja vu, like we've done things before?
Things that we haven't. That kind of feels like a dream.
Yeah.
Yes, because shit, you've never been in a mountaintop with snow, like with nothing around you, no human, no fucking nothing. Like we didn't hike that shit up there. Like no, there was no way. So it's just shit. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Check.
Let me ask you this. You just get each other. Ever met 2 people who finish each other's sentences? Or some people call that spending too much time together, but I call it a soulmate connection. So what do you think about that? What do you think about people who spend too much time together, or who are, finishing each other's sentences? How do you feel about that?
Well, for us, I can never have enough time with you, you know?
Right, real talk.
So I don't to me, I don't think it's really, it's that, definitely. But I don't think we really finished each other's sentences.
No, I don't think we're like, but I know what you're going to say. You know what I'm going to say. So, I mean, no, we're not doing that because we have our own individual opinions. But when you're speaking, I know where you're coming from. I know what you're going to say. I know when I need to chill you out or whatever because I know where it's going to go. And, you'll look at me and when I'm going to say something that maybe I shouldn't or, so we know each other in that way. We're not the couple that's like, so I really like strawberry ice cream. Oh, thanks, baby. You know me so well. And my favorite root beer is da-da-da-da-da. You have it. We don't do that corny stuff.
But we, I think we do have, we wish we can actually spend more time. It's hard just with Tito and us having our own things to do.
You're definitely my best friend, and we definitely have that connection, and so that's something that I love about us. So number 4, you fall in love with his or her flaws. I'll say I love your flaws. I love your anger.
Define flaws.
Well, that's up to you. What do you feel is a flaw of mine? I love your anger.
I don't love you fucking throwing shit around like messy. I don't love that.
Okay.
Nah. I feel just...
So for me, that's a check. For you, it's not. And that's respectable. I'm not mad at that.
I love him enough to just let him go.
Okay. So it says...
But I don't love that.
No relationship is perfect. Even soulmates, relationships will experience ups and downs. Still, that bond will be much harder to break. Soulmates have an easier time of accepting, even learning to love. You learn to love me, throw my shit on the floor. Each other's imperfections. Your relationship is more likely to be soulmate match if you both love each other exactly as you are, which I think for the most part we do. Accepting both the great
still here, right?
and the awful tendencies that we all have. Thank you. That was so lovely, babe. So lovely. I'm just going to roll right on to number 5. Fuck you.
No, but no. That's a check. I think so.
Right. Oh, definitely. That is check. Any good relationship has to have that. Nobody is perfect. If you have a perfect partner, in my experience, they're fake. It's too good to be true. No one's perfect. Now, somebody can be your type of perfect. That's a different thing. Because everybody, I believe there is somebody for everybody.
I mean, you're perfect for me.
Exactly, and you're perfect for me.
Exactly what I need, so
that as long as we communicate when shit changes, that's cool.
And hanging.
Huh? If you're going to say it, then just go ahead and say it out loud. Why you going to say it? I didn't hear you.
I said and hanging.
And hanging.
I said inside and out and hanging.
Hanging. Got you, baby. Thank you. Speaking of hanging, it's intense. A soulmate relationship may be more intense than normal relationships in both good and sometimes bad ways. The most important thing is that, even during negative episodes, you focus on resolving the problem and can see beyond the bad moments. I say check, double check, triple check. Not that we've had many bad moments. We've had
usually it's
some
when you be
disagreements.
hungry and shit, and we're over here doing errands. You want to cut between our errands to go eat, or else you be copping the attitude and shit.
Listen, if you say we're gonna go to the store, and I say cool, and then you're like, well, before we leave, I'm gonna make some breakfast, and I'm like, cool, and then breakfast doesn't get made, no food gets made, and they're like, we're gonna run to the store, and then don't worry, we're gonna get some food.
What's that?
And I'm like, cool, that's you.
No, what's that?
What is what? Microphone.
No, what are you holding it with?
My hands.
All right, do they work? They work, right? They're good, they're functioning? They're functioning, right?
You got the queen of comedy over there. Yeah.
No, are they functioning?
Of course they are.
I don't see no.
Of course they are. And I will hand
they
you.
battery operated.
I will hand
and
you
nothing
the cheese. I will hand you the salchicha, and you'll whip your magic up. Okay? Because I don't ask for much, but breakfast.
Simple as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you know
A,
what?
B, C.
You act. Listen. You act like I wasn't cooking my son breakfast for like almost 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, you were.
Okay, then. So all I'm asking,
I'm trying to have more. Can I at least have Sundays off?
Yeah, fine.
I don't have to wake up really early, and you can eat cereal.
I work on Sunday.
Or some yogurt with fruit and
I want
and
you
granola.
Just to make me a breakfast so I can
just
sit down
have
and eat
something
with
like
the family.
that. And then when we wake up, I'll make a breakfast.
What are you talking about?
You know you'll be eating already. By the time we eat at 7, you've already had one meal.
You're not listening. I'm your conscience. Listen, Saturday morning or Friday morning, can you make a breakfast so all 3 of us can sit down and eat together?
Yes.
Since I don't have to work. That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
So your instant oats and all this other shit you're talking about, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about us sitting down as a family.
And we go back to accepting everybody's flaws.
What is a flaw?
This is exactly it.
It's a flaw because I want to have breakfast with my family?
No, I always make breakfast.
On Fridays?
No, on Fridays, no, because you get them on Saturdays and Sundays.
You're not
Well, some
understanding.
Saturdays we've been going to chilaquiles, so.
So on Friday morning, it would be nice. You made breakfast for us as a family.
Oh, you're asking me.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that I.
No, see,
okay.
I'm arguing with somebody who ain't even...
No, did you? I didn't. Right now, it was a question.
We just had 5 minutes of me.
You said I'm saying. All right, we gotta rewind it because I need evidence.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll send you the Spotify link. Shut your ass up.
I need evidence like Trump. I need.
Why are you babysitting?
Trump's
why are you
evidence
babysitting your one whole wine over
you
there?
already drank yours. Are like sipping slowly.
I'm on it. I got a little bit of left. I got a swig, as they used to say. I got a swig. Anyway, let's get back to this. You're mentally inseparable. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I skipped one. You two against the world. Shout out to Pac. Soulmates often see the relationship as a us against the world. They feel so linked together they're ready and willing to take on any feat of life so long as they have their soulmate by their side. Soulmate relationships are founded on compromise and unity above all else. What do you think about that? I say that you check in our books.
Shit, yeah.
Definitely.
You know I ride for you.
La da da. Da 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 da. All right, number 7. You're mentally irresistible. So, soulmates often have a mental connection similar to twins. They might pick up the phone to call each other at the same time. Through life may keep you apart at times. Your minds will always be in tune with your soulmate.
Nah, because you be having your shit on silent. So I'm done calling you. You know,
So that's
I'm
an
done
X.
fucking calling you.
That's an
why
X.
I fucking told you.
What you tell me?
I got you those new non-raggedy ones.
My new non-raggedy beats?
Yes.
Okay. And what about
Tito
them?
likes those.
Yeah,
those
he rocks them,
your
so
old
go
ones.
ahead. I'm going to get him upholstered. Can we get him upholstered or what do you do to them?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Get new ones. That's what you do.
Why not? We could just refurbish some joints. I'll figure it out. I'll put some duct tape on them. I'll put some duct tape on them.
Yeah, but anyway, what was the thing? We call each other.
Yeah, we used to do that a lot.
Yeah, but now that
Now that we see each other, yeah.
No, it's since Tito.
Yeah, okay.
You don't be texting me either. Oh yeah, I can't be on my phone on the floor at work. And what's the difference now? You don't be coming out and visiting and shit.
You guys are in the room laying next to the bed. So baby, I gotta go to Trader Joe's today at 6, and then Marianne wanted to have a Danish at 7:30, but I don't know, so I moved that to 9. So now we're gonna go have a latte and a salmon and bagel lox, and then after that I have to go see.
Shit, you just mad because you couldn't be there.
I'm over here working, and you out living like you fucking Gigi Gabor and shit out here living the life.
You know what? Aren't you happy that you're able to offer that to me?
You know what? You always pull that shit.
No,
Aren't you happy?
Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy that I'm enjoying my life? That I'm finally relaxing, and I'm trying to take time for myself. That time that I don't ever take because I feel bad.
I am happy that I'm able to give you relief and make you feel better, and you're able to, and you're starting to pamper yourself. I'm very happy.
I have to have self-care.
Of course, it's A1.
That to keep my sanity.
A1. But all I'm saying is I would just need you to better manage your time. I'm very accepting of your flaws.
It's because
but you need to better
be talking.
Listen, you need to better manage your time in relation to what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. That way the babies can keep eating. Because if not, what are we going to do?
Just send your son. All he goes over there, he bugs. He knows how to do it.
He wants attention. So think about this. Think about if you were just chilling in a room all by yourself in front of a computer.
He's in school,
and
babe.
You're 6.
Guess what?
And you're
as
6.
soon as you go back to work.
Yes.
And as soon as
he's gonna be in that room.
He's gonna be in that room.
But maybe he's more comfortable in there. Now he's not in a living room. You know what I mean? So I just feel that for all these kids, and a lot of parents I've talked to, all of their kids are having a hard time focusing and concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
So.
How did we get here again?
Because you take it all over. You start talking about everything that is not the subject. We're still talking about life, the soulmates. So do you feel secure and protected? That's number 8.
Do I feel secure and protected?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hell yeah.
Regardless of gender, your partner, he or she, should always make you feel secure and protected.
Yep.
This means that if you're a man, yes, your woman should make you feel protected too. That's right. Your soulmate will make you feel like you have a guardian angel by your side. A person who plays on your insecurities, whether consciously or subconsciously, is not your soulmate. That's so true.
Who's not your soulmate?
It's someone who plays on your insecurities. So if I know that there's something you're insecure about and I'll always use that against you, I'm not your soulmate. I'm trying to hurt you.
Yeah, that's true.
Rather than, I know that's a touchy subject for you. Let's try to make you better. Let's try to not make that a touchy subject. Let's try to discuss it so that way you can accept it and you could process it and, whatever. Number 9, you can't imagine your life without him or her. So that's definitely a check. Soulmate is not someone you can walk away from that easy. It is someone you can't imagine being without, a person you believe is worth sticking with you and fighting for. Numero 10, you look each other in the eye. Soulmates have a tendency to look each other in the eyes when speaking more often than ordinary couples. It comes naturally from a deep-stated connection between them. Looking a person in the eye when speaking denotes a high level of comfort and confidence. So, what do you feel about Mrs. Dr. Carmen Herrera? She's on Facebook, and she is a contributor to the HuffPost.com. What do you think of Dr. Carmen Herrera? Harrra. Harra. What do you think about the 10 soulmate facts that she laid out? We connected on the majority of them. The one about, constantly calling and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that, and maybe I should do a better job of checking in on you more when I'm not at home and when I'm back out in the streets, as far as like work-wise. How do you feel about some of those things she's laid out? Are pretty much true things to have in a relationship to be considered a soulmate?
Oh, I mean, those are some of the things. Those are definitely the things. Because at the end of the day, you love each other. You love that person so much,
right? That
nothing but the well-being of them is
the only thing that matters.
Yeah, the only thing that matters.
Right.
So, and that's one thing with you. You've been very, very supportive.
Oh, thank you.
Of me, like my mental, my physical.
Right.
Every time I needed something, every time I want, you always supported me, and you continue doing it. So, I've never had that issue there.
I want you to be the best because, you deserve the best. And I want you to be happy because that's why I wanted to marry you, to give you the best that I can give you. And so, you inspire me in many ways. Your determination and your dedication, just your strength, are the things that I really admire. And then your openness to help whoever and whenever. Really be selfless when it comes to, your time, your passion, and who you choose to help. It's really something that I'm often amazed by. And that's why I let you while out at Amazon, because it's like you do so much for others that, I see the joy you also get from when you get a little something here and there.
It's not like I be ordering shit for...
No, I'm just saying.
What can I possibly order for fucking Amazon?
There's a lot of shit. Don't trip. I've seen you run it up.
I always get shit for like stuff like dog food.
Yeah. You get some of that shit.
Toys for Tito. Shit for the fucking house to cook. Like, I never really... Oh, yeah, from time to time, I'll give me shampoo from there. Right. Because I don't want to fucking go to the store or whatever.
Right. Babe, I'm just...
So,
it's
damn.
Just the boxes. You ain't got to give a itinerary.
You got to break them down.
No. It's every day something's coming to the doorstep. That's what I'm telling you. So before we get out of here, was there anything else you want to speak on tonight, my love? I'm going to check these little stats real quick again. See if we call it.
Like, after all this shit, like, dude, like, whoever fucking wins... Personally, myself, right. I don't want fucking Trump to win. Myself.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if he fucking does...
He's a president.
He's a president.
You don't have to respect it, but it is what it is.
Yes. You don't have to agree with it.
Again, this is going to be a new America. Even if Trump wins, which is still a possibility, there's new representation. And it's going to be interesting in those areas to see how things change. Georgia has changed into a new political climate. You saw a lot of African American Latinos get out there and vote a lot for the first time. And hopefully they did it locally, and hopefully they were informed. Those were the biggest things, here in California, trying to get people who have, certain felonies of rights to vote back was very big. Waiting for the final results on that. Just a lot of different things. And so I respect you if, man, I'm not going to vote because it doesn't matter who. We live in Cali. Cali is always going to go to the Democrats, so I'm not going to vote for president. Or I'm not going to vote at all. Then don't write in whoever you want in president. Vote for fucking Kanye party if you wanted to. But at least vote locally, because that's what's going to go ahead and help shape the community that you either rent in, live in, work in, whatever. That is the most important thing. And should really be the focus.
Yep. At the end of the day, we all living together.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you 100%, baby. That's all we are. We're living together. And we all we got. So I just want to thank everybody for listening to the Moragnes. As always, I'm Diami, and you are...
Mimi.
Catch us on Spotify. Catch us on Lisbon. And we out.
Adios.
Nice Rockwell in the back. DeLorean music. Peace.